We're back again with New York Times best-selling author Matthew Quick. Hello, Matthew.
Hello.
Silver Linings Playbook. And how do you feel about the movie, the film, versus the book? Do you feel that it best represented your book?
I think David O. Russell did a very good job adapting my novel. I think that the flavor of it that is there, definitely the intent of it is there. Obviously the book is mine, so I'm going to be partial to it. And I think I was trying to do something a little bit different than David was trying to do. But the beautiful thing was that in conjunction, they started a really important conversation about mental health. And I know that was very important to me. And, by doing promotions with David, I came to understand that was very important to him as well. And he was quite open about why he did the film. It was a gift to his son, who, like myself, is a member of the mental health community. And everybody I worked with, whether they talked about it privately or publicly, they had very specific reasons for doing the film, which I thought was very heartening, and I was very proud to be a part of it. That all being said, I'm always happy when people read the book, because that's my art. That's what I wanted to put into the world. So
there are about 30 million people in the United States that have mental health challenges every year. That's pretty astounding. It's a pretty astounding statistic. In the Silver Linings Playbook, how did you feel about Bradley Cooper and some of the other actors that were picked? Did that fit for you?
I was really happy that Bradley Cooper was picked because he's a Philly local guy. He's spotted at the Eagles games,
Right.
sometimes. So that's always nice when, you have somebody local to play a Philly character. I was really kind of disappointed at first when Jennifer Lawrence was cast. Anne Hathaway was cast first, and then she dropped out. And Jennifer Lawrence, even though I really admired her, I thought she was way too young for the part. But then when I saw her, the first time I saw the film, I was just blown away, and I was so happy that David had made that choice. I also think that Jennifer Lawrence plays Tiffany close to the book. Her and Anupam Kher's Dr. Cliff are probably the two characters that are most consistent with the novel. So I was very glad about that. And, anytime Robert De Niro is involved, it's not too shabby, right? I mean,
Right.
he's a legend. So it was amazing to meet him and to be involved with him. It's great. Classy guy, too. Very classy, De Niro.
Doesn't Robert De Niro and Bradley Cooper have a very special relationship off camera as well?
They do, almost, in a father-son type way. They're very close. And the scene where Robert De Niro cries in the film when he's talking to Bradley, David told me that wasn't even scripted. He didn't even call for that. So, there's pretty real emotions going on between both those two characters, great chemistry. And I know David was very grateful for that. He talked about that at length.
Many of your books, your novels, have been optioned for movies. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's heady.
Exciting.
I'm very grateful for that. I could go through the lists. Forgive Me, Leonard Peacock is with the Weinstein Company, who did Silver Linings. The Good Luck Right Now is DreamWorks and Steven Spielberg. My next book, Love May Fail, is Sony. The other YAs have been optioned as well. And it's really gratifying to have that. It really helps a lot to put your work on that big platform. It's what every author dreams about. I feel incredibly lucky and grateful that people in LA seem to be paying attention and seem to get my work and enjoy it. So hopefully we'll have another good ride soon.
Your new book that you just mentioned, is that coming out in 2015, or is that because I haven't seen much about that yet?
Yeah, Love May Fail will be out in the summer of 2015, and I can't talk a lot about it now
Oh,
because it's kind of under wraps. But we'll be promoting that soon. Probably in the next couple months, there'll be some more announcements about that.
can you give us a little hint about what it's about? Just a tiny
It
one?
was very much inspired by my teaching time. It kind of in a nutshell. It's about a former student who comes back to save a teacher. It's about much more than that. It's definitely about mental health again, but I'm really proud of it. And my wife seems to think it's my best work yet. And my people in LA we're very thrilled with it as well. So hopefully everyone else will like it too.
When you're writing, do you ever wonder or kind of get some cold feet wondering if this next novel is going to be a hit or going to really represent you or fail in some way? Do you go through that as a writer?
Yeah, I mean, every time you go to the page, it's difficult. Sometimes I romanticize writing the Silver Linings Playbook because I wrote it, in my in-laws' basement when nobody knew what I was doing and nobody ever expected me to have a career. Once you get a movie deal and you go to the Oscars and all of that, expectations are a lot higher the next time around, and so dealing with those expectations and dealing with the spotlight and doing media and all of that is it's definitely puts you in a different headspace than where you were when you were just writing. And I try to tell young writers who are up and coming that where you are now is really a beautiful place to be because you don't have all of these voices in your head. It's just you and the page. And I think once you start to publish and you go through the ups and downs of publishing and you realize that it's a business and you're not just making art, but you're trying to have all these relationships with many different people. It does change things, and it's never the same again. It's not to say it's not a good thing, because I really enjoy the relationships with the people I have in New York and LA, but it definitely it puts pressure on you. It does, and just like David had pressure on him when he made Silver Linings to put people in movie theaters and sell tickets. We have pressure to sell books and to meet expectations. So that can weigh heavily on you.
Well, you're doing a great job, and thanks so much for being with us and for all that you're giving to everybody.
Well, I appreciate that.
My
Thanks
pleasure.
for having me on.
Are you looking to reinvent yourself? If so, stay tuned, because when we come back, we'll share one woman's story that will drive you on to create a new you.